So have you heard the news? That is right. Walmart finally listened to people and implemented a limit of 5 Pokemon items per person. Now this is freaking cool. This is pretty cool. I have always wondered why Walmart has not done this. I really think it's because they don't give a shit usually, right? Like, let's just be honest. They never really give a shit. And now there's a lot of pressure because of that guy Zay, and really ultimately because the guy who recorded it. So can we get a round of applause for the guy who recorded it? Good for him, man. That's freaking awesome. Now, there is some bad. Let's focus on the good. I will get into the bad of all of this. So I have gone into Walmart countless times looking for Pokemon. I mean, I go there anyways, right? Like, who doesn't shop at Walmart for something, whether that's boxes or food or whatever you're getting. And every time I do check the shelves, and every time I'm also disappointed. And then somebody told me that the workers at my Walmart always buy it. So they work the shelves anyways. They roughly know what day and time the person comes, and they just talk to each other on the radio or whatever. And it's like super corrupt, and the workers are the ones who buy it, which is stupid. And the managers don't care. I don't know if that's true. That's just what I've been told at my Walmart. I mean, with a limit of 5, I would have said probably do packs for 5, honestly, because if you're getting 5 ETBs, again, I've never really hit a Walmart restock, so I don't know. Do they get 20? I've seen pictures of 20. It's a good step in the right direction. But again, shout out to that person who recorded it, and shout out to everybody who covered this, right? Because there's a lot of people. By the way, we just hit 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Like and consider subscribing if you don't mind. Yeah, I really appreciate everybody who's been covering this, but ultimately I think it was the larger YouTubers that really made this happen. Moist Critical talked about it. Like, he didn't have to talk about that, man. He's like a multi-millionaire, maybe even like 100 million. Who really knows what he's worth? And he decided to take care of the little guy like you and I. And I thought that was really cool. So shout out to him and all my fellow content creators, whether you like me or not. You know, a lot of people did cover this. And again, that person who filmed that video, man, big shout out to them. But folks, it's not all good. That is in store, right? In store, you should be able to get some Pokemon, hopefully, if they actually go through with it. The managers give a crap, who knows? But online, I don't think this is going to be any change at all. So please do not get your hopes up too much, because if it's a limit of 5 and before it was supposed to be 12, I know with Phantasmal Flames, I think there were people that were botting that were getting 100 at a time. I saw some pictures of like 99. So probably, I think they had a 30,000 amount supply for the ETBs, and that ultimately probably went to like 1,000 people or less, right? So like, just be honest there. But online, I don't think it's going to change too much, because all they're going to do, if before they only needed 100 accounts or 500 accounts or whatever, now they just need 200 or 1,000 accounts, right? So they'll just double it. So I would not get your hopes up there. I don't know how they're doing it exactly, but obviously they're using multiple addresses, unless Walmart truly doesn't give a shit to that level. I wouldn't be surprised. They didn't really care about this, regardless of how many people talked about it, until the huge YouTubers talked about it, and this thing went viral. So yeah, online, I would keep your expectations extremely low. So I'm going to read what I saw on Google. It says effective Wednesday, November 5th, which is actually tomorrow by the time you're watching this. Walmart is implementing a new policy that limits customers to purchasing a maximum of 5 packs and or boxes of trading cards per visit for both in-store and online. This policy was introduced to give more fans and collectors a fair opportunity to purchase popular trading card items and to help curb the issue of bulk buying by scalpers. That's pretty cool that they threw in the word scalpers, or at least that's what Google AI is telling me. So I mean, I think that's pretty crazy. I respect the upfront approach. I mean, a lot of other companies like Twitch, if you guys know anything about Twitch and their PR, they really skirt around it, don't want to identify it. They're saying, you know what? We know that scalpers are doing this. We're going to get ahead of it. We're going to stop this. And they just call it for what it is. So you got to give Walmart's PR at least a pat on the back. Will it fix everything? Hard to say. I've seen other people in the comment section that do this, right? That buy a lot of Pokemon at one time. And they said, well, we're just going to go ahead and do 5. And then on another machine or different card or different transaction, they'll do another 5. So please understand that doesn't mean that you're going to get a bunch of Pokemon or anything, but hopefully, maybe, potentially, this could help out. So one way that I think that Walmart could make sure that this is more successful than it probably is actually going to be is put it behind the customer service. Now, I've never seen this done at my Walmart or any of the Walmarts that I have have been to. I've heard from other places that they do this. Ultimately, it comes down to does the manager truly care? Because you got to understand, somebody at the top of Walmart, whoever that is, I can't remember their name. They're super rich though. They're saying, hey, this is going to happen. And then that goes down, right, regionally, like the Northeast. And then that has to go down to your specific city and the store owner. And it's like, do they really give a shit? Like in West Virginia, maybe they do, maybe they don't. And then somebody in North Dakota might care, right? Like some manager. So they might be like, did you guys hear the news? And you got to understand too, Pokemon's not really a big deal to most people. I know to like you and I, and maybe some of the kids as well. I know there's a lot more adults that like Pokemon than kids. Unfortunately, kind of sucks. But ultimately, people don't care for the most part. So I would be shocked if some manager, customer service worker really cared. I mean, you got to think about how many Walmarts there are. Let me know how many Walmarts there are in just your town. I've seen multiple towns where there's a Walmart like 5 miles apart from each other. It's going to be really hard to police that up, but I wouldn't be surprised if in at least a small scale for at least a short amount of time, this is implemented at least through November, December, Black Friday. It's going to be a huge amount of boxes coming. So like things like this, these are the new Lucarios that release on 7 November. So these are going to be coming out, but I don't think it's coming to Walmart. But my point is there is a lot of Black Friday sales and stuff. So it might actually help some of you. One thing to consider long-term though, the Pokemon market is really hot right now. I mean, red hot, even with Bitcoin going just under 100,000, even with stocks going down a little bit, even with the government shutdown and everything, Pokemon is still in very high demand. So long term, if they keep this into effect, I don't know how well it's going to work, because at some point this demand isn't going to be there. You're not going to go to Target and Walmart and all these things. There's going to be 20, 30, 50 people. At some point it's going to sit on the shelves. And then I would not be surprised if at that point they lifted it, because yes, it's really easy to say we're the good guy. We're all for you. We love our customers. We love us some Pokemon. But then, hey, when the sales numbers come out, right, those quarterly earnings start coming around nationwide, that all of a sudden these Pokemon cards are sitting on shelves the same way these sports cards are. I would not be surprised if that was lifted. Then you could argue for sure, hey, the scalpers aren't going to buy it at that point. But then there could be investors. Like I'm an investor. I'm a collector. I own a store, djspokecenter.com. I do it all, right? I like to do a lot of different things with Pokemon. And there are going to be people out there who buy during the bear run in bulk. So I would not be surprised if there was an investor that didn't plan on flipping it or anything in the long term, buying all of the shelves, maybe not at the same rate that they're doing now, but there's certainly going to be people that do that. How do you think so many people have a couple $100,000 portfolios and stuff? A lot of them did not buy in the bull run. A lot of them probably spent like 20, 30, 40K in the bear run, and then it just appreciated over time into like this massive portfolio. And again, of course there are people who simply just bought in the bull run. Yeah, I get that. They already had money. But there was a lot of people who really saw the prices of their Pokemon go up 10x. All in all, how do I feel? I'm super happy about this for in-store. I think it would be really, really cool to pick up some Pokemon. I can't tell you how many times my son and my daughter would just get so disappointed. And we're at the point now, we go to Walmart and I'm like, hey buddy, let's go check out the Pokemon. He's like, oh, again. And I'm like, what, dude? This could be the one. This could be the time, son. He's like, Dad, give it up. There is no Pokemon at Walmart. And I'm like, shut up, man. Shut up. I don't actually say that, but you know what I mean, man. You just never know, right? You're searching for gold and it never ends up being there. So I do hope that this helps all of you during this holiday season. If you haven't checked out Rudy's newest video, I found it pretty interesting. He was the guy, if you don't know, from Alpha Investments, who predicted that we were going to have this market not crash, some things crash, but slow down in the day after it coincidentally happened. He just made another follow-up video. He does think things are going to continue to slow down, as he said it would, probably up until the new year of 2026. It is what it is, and then we should pick up. So don't look at just the title. A lot of these people are clickbaiting you. You have to really watch the 40-minute video and find out towards the end of his video that he does think 2026 is going to be phenomenal. We're going to pick up again. I know that's not what a lot of people want to hear. A lot of people want to hear we're going to get to $5 a pack long term, and that could happen. I have no idea what the future is going to entail, but let's find out. If not, we're going into a bear run and you're going to get your MSRP. I'd be shocked if we got MSRP. We'll find out. Like and subscribe. Peace.